That's good coffee.
Good.
Thank you, Natalie.
You're welcome.
How's your coffee?
Excellent.
Okay, good.
Good.
Hey, we've got Elsie Sze here, and Elsie, it's great to have you here.
Thank you.
Author of Heart of the Buddha. Here's the book. Let me just hold it up, just so people can see it. Heart of the Buddha. And if you got your soundbite ready to go, Elsie, why don't we do that?
The 30-second? Yeah. Tell me when.
Yeah, go.
Hi, I'm Elsie Sze, Toronto author. If you enjoyed reading a really good love story or a unique mystery adventure, and whether you're an active or armchair traveler, you'll love my novel, The Heart of the Buddha, set in the Himalayan kingdom of Bhutan, the lost Shangri-La. The Heart of the Buddha is on chaptersindigo.com or .ca, Amazon.ca, Amazon.com, and will soon be at select bookstores in the U.S. and Canada. Visit my website, www.elsieze.com.
Fantastic, Elsie. So there it is, The Heart of the Buddha. Now, this is a fiction book,
Yes,
right?
yes, it's a novel.
Look
yeah.
at Natalie needs to look at it. Natalie, are you intrigued?
Yeah.
She's intrigued. Okay, well, she does that.
It's a nice cover.
We'll get into it. Now, what made you write this book? Is this your first novel?
No, this is my second novel. And my first one in 4 years. My first novel was distributed, actually released in 2005. And it's still at some stores and at Chapters Indigo. It's been around for the last 4 or 5 years.
Now, what was that one called?
It's got a Romanized Chinese name. It's called Hui Gui, a Chinese story. Hui Gui means the return or returning home. And it's really about the return of Hong Kong to China by the British
Is it
in
a novel?
1997. Yes, it's a novel.
So it's set. It's
It's like it's a
context.
family saga.
Yeah.
Actually, it dated back to the 1930s, long before the return of Hong Kong, and it is about a family tracing 3 generations through the Second World War, the Japanese invasion, and then the communist takeover of China, and then about this one person who went to Hong Kong as a refugee in the 50s, 1950s.
From where?
From China.
Mainland
yeah,
China.
from mainland China.
Yeah.
That's right. And then from then on, it's his life in Hong Kong and how he met his wife and he had a daughter. And it all culminates in 1997 when Hong Kong was returned to China.
Now, is this based on any true experience or personal family history or anything like that?
I actually interviewed my parents, my uncle, and a lot of people that were around, during that time.
Were they all from Hong Kong?
Some from Hong Kong, and my parents, before they were married, they were in China because Hong Kong was occupied at the time, and they were
By
doing
the
that.
Japanese?
Yes. And they were in 1941, and they were actually doing their university education on mainland in what they call Free China, that was not occupied by the Japanese.
So that would have been 45. That was before.
That would be before 45, yeah.
Mao. That was before Mao came to power. So before
That's right.
it was communist.
That's
China.
right. And
Is that
then
the year you were born?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before we were born, before even I was born. And so anyway, after the war, they went back to Hong Kong, and so the story continued, in Hong Kong.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and again, it's called Hui Gui. It's spelled Huigui. But if people look up my name, it should be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So let's talk about this book then.
Yeah.
So that's one thing, and it sounds like you've got some personal history that helped inform your previous book.
Right.
But what is your interest in the subject matter of this book? The Heart of the Buddha, Shangri-La,
Yeah.
Bhutan, and all
Right.
that.
Actually, I decided to write a novel about Bhutan when I went there in 2000. I was a visitor there. At the time, my husband was consulting, doing international consulting in Bhutan. And I was there just for a few days, but I really was smitten by Bhutan. And I said, my next novel will have to be on this. So in 2005, 2002, I returned to Bhutan to do research. I even went to the extent of doing a trek on the Himalayan foothills, up the foothills of the
Now,
Himalayas.
did you accidentally, during that trek, stumble upon Shangri-La by any chance?
Actually, they call the whole of Bhutan Shangri-La. Yeah,
No,
because
but you know
it's,
the place I'm talking about, the secret place where the
oh, in the,
access to the
like in Lost
underground world-
Horizons?
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. To me, the whole place is the Shangri-La in Lost Horizons. It's also very inaccessible, to the extent that only 2 airplanes could go in, their own national airline called the Druk Air.
Why?
You have to
Because
fly.
it's so high?
Pardon me?
It's so.
I am not
elevation is so
sure
high?
right now if it's still the case, but I have a feeling it might still be. They might have more airplanes than 2, but you have to fly either to Nepal, Kathmandu, or Bangkok, or Delhi. And from there, you board one of their planes to go in. And they have no radar detection. So you have to go in the daylight, in good weather. What you see is what you get. Yeah, but it's wonderful. I was there twice in February, different years, and it's actually warmer than Toronto in the winter. There was no snow on the ground. You can see in the
What
mountains.
about in the summer?
I had never been there in the summer, but I intend to make a
How can
return
it be
trip.
warmer than Toronto in the winter? They're up in the mountains, right?
Yeah, I know. And even trekked up in February to over 10,000 feet elevation, and not much snow, only some ice here and there from the previous year, and it was really accessible. I mean, people don't trek in the winter, but February was a little, you're taking a chance.
Yeah.
But my guide said, yeah, it should still be okay, and we went.
Did you
Yeah.
see a Yeti?
No,
Did you see any footprints? Anything like that? Did they talk about it?
no, no.
Did you find when you were doing your research? Did you come across the Yeti in your?
No, I didn't.
No?
We saw a lot of yak.
Yeah.
Yeah, those woolly, like, mammoth-looking animals. Yeah.
Okay.
Have you seen a yak before?
I've seen a Yeti. No.
Yeah.
Have you seen a mammoth?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think
No.
they're around anymore.
You could still eat them though. apparently.
The yak.
We
They
can
do.
eat
They
the
do
mammoth
eat the
too.
yak.
They do have mammoth meat for sale.
Where do they get?
Well, they find them in the frozen tundra
Oh,
of
really?
Siberia, and then they make it into
A hamburger?
very expensive hors d'oeuvres.
Would you eat that? Would you try it?
Probably couldn't justify the expense. It's something like
No, like
$10,000
someone just
a
gave it
slice.
to you.
Would I eat some mammoth meat? That's a good question.
Is he putting
Would
us
you?
on?
I think I might to become.
Would you try it?
I would. I'm quite adventurous, but
Really?
it depends on what it is. Mammoth, I don't know.
Apparently, it's very good.
When it's frozen for like 2,000 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.